Welcome back to page 121. Today's video is going to be on background skills for this is going to be out of the Traveller Core Rulebook Update 2022. Background skills became a thing in Mega Traveller, and what it is, it represents skills you may have had before you ever go into your career. So skills you gained before the age of 18 in Traveller. So we're going to flip to the background skills page, and we're going to talk about what they are. And it says here, of course, skills are the most important aspect of Traveller. Skills kind of drive your character. A traveler's proficiency in any skill is denoted by the level of that skill. And then it gives us background skills. Before embarking on your careers, you receive a number of background skills equal to your education die modifier plus 3. So if you had a 0 education somehow, you'd be minus 3. You'd get no background skills. But if you had a 11 education, you would get plus 1. So you get 3 plus 1, 4 background skills. And you choose them from this list here presented. This represents the knowledge you have picked up during adolescence and will allow you to function at a basic level in a technological society. So I thought this was kind of a great idea. This gives you some stuff that you learned growing up as a kid. And you take a look and you've got admin, animals, art, athletics, carouse, drive. That's ground cars. Electronics, flyer, language, mechanic, medic, profession, science, seafarer, streetwise, survival, and vac suit. At this point, you're 18 years old and ready to take on the universe. The point of a 0 level skill in Traveller is if you are unskilled in something, you get a minus 3 modifier. So if I have a level 0 skill in something, I avoid the minus 3 modifier. I simply throw. So if my difficulty of the skill requires an 8 or greater, and I have a modifier of minus 3 because I'm unskilled at the task, I now have to roll an 11 or greater on 2 dice 6. That's a tall order. But if I have a level 0 in the skill, I stay with my base 8. So that's why background skills are pretty important. And I like background skills. I like them a lot. I've used them forever. And the interesting thing is you do need to prepare a little bit when you're picking your background skills. Now, I am not a strict GM in character creation. I will allow people to choose their career, and if somebody wanted to, I'd even let them throw and see if they make it into the career before they pick their background skills, simply because a level 0 skill might be duplicated by the service skills you get. If you're going to go into, for instance, the Navy, a lot of the skills that are presented as the background skills can be gotten at level 1 as part of your naval assignment. Your service skills for a naval assignment would be pilot, vac suit, athletics, gunner, mechanic, and gun combat. So taking a mechanic or vac suit as a background skill here becomes useless. You've wasted it because you already have those as service skills to start out your character. But if you are going to go into something like being a noble, very few of the skills on the background list are available to a noble. Specifically, like vac suit is not available, mechanic, things like that. So you might want to go ahead and decide your career first. And honestly, I have no real problem if the player wants to throw to see if they get in the career and then retroactively pick their service skills. Is that optimizing the character and kind of, high gaming it and everything? Yes, it is. Who cares? Traveller's driven by skills, and I would rather have somebody walking around with a couple of extra level 0 skills than have everybody walking around throwing minus 3 modifiers and failing their checks all night long. That gets really boring really fast. So what I will generally do is encourage people that say they're going to go for just a career that's not really going to be very space oriented, such as noble. Rogue is a poor example. Scholar is a great example, where you wouldn't necessarily get some of the base skills and go on here and grab a few of the base skills, such as, I personally, 3 great ones. Vac suit, always important. Medic, always important. And electronics, always important. So there's your base 3 right there. That'd be maybe something you wouldn't get in your career, but you can get as your base background skill. It's just something I think is a good idea. I've liked the background skill idea. I think it rounds out the characters very nicely. But I also think that you have to be careful and choose your career well before you choose your background skills. Now, I know the proper order of character creation is you choose your background skills, and then you say, okay, I'm going to apply to the Navy. So I've chosen my background skills, and I've taken, admin 0 and medic 0 and science 0, just for the heck of it. My science is going to be astrophysics. So I've chosen my 3, and then I get into the Navy, but I blow my roll for the Navy. I don't make it in, so I have to submit to the draft, and I end up going into another career entirely. Well, maybe the background skills I'd chosen with a Navy career in mind don't work. I get that, and I get that that's part of character creation. And if I was doing an open table, and these were all people that I was going to game 1 or 2 times with, and just kind of an open format, I would probably do it that way. But because when I play Traveller, I'm playing with my group of friends that I've played with for years, who are in my D&D campaign, my champions, my Gamma World campaigns, I tend to be friendlier to my players because we've gamed together for so long, and I don't want to stick them with stuff that's wasted. So I find it's just better to go ahead, see if they make the career, let them retroactively pick the background skills, and go from there. I realize that's completely not what the book says, but that's how I will tend to do it. But like I said, if you're sitting at my table in an open game and we're doing session 0 for whatever, if I do a future jump point and we do a session 0 character creation, then yes, I'm going to make you roll for qualification, or pick your background skills first, then roll for qualification into your career, and we'll go and we'll do it by the book. So that is one of the things I'm thinking of doing, by the way, in a future jump point, is doing character generation for the first 2 hours or so of jump point, and then the tail end of that would be taking those very characters and putting them through about a 3-hour adventure. So let me know what you think of that idea, because that is what I'm thinking of for the next jump point. I'm hoping the next jump point might happen as early as sometime this summer. I've had a few personal setbacks in the last 2 months or so that have kept me from being able to. I was going to do a jump point at the end of April. That situation, I'm not going to be able to make any kind of April date or even a May date for any kind of jump point. I'm hoping for probably late July at this point, but I'm going to have to see. So that's all I've got to say on background skills. I recommend that you choose them carefully. I recommend that you choose ones that are not available to the career you're going into, so you don't end up with any kind of wasted background skills. But I mean, sometimes in character generation, that can be some of the fun too. So it really depends on how you want to do the character. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.